In this video, we're going to go over the best exercises to decompress a bulging disc for instant pain relief. Stay tuned. Hey everyone, Dr. Rowe coming to you from SpineCare in St. Joseph, Michigan. In this video, we're going to go over deep pulling motions known as decompression traction to help open up joint spaces and relieve pressure on a bulging disc that might be bulging off to one side, pressing and pinching a nerve. These exercises are perfect for nerve pain, especially in the back or down the leg in the form of sciatica. Each exercise works just a little bit differently. To get the best results, go through them all and use what gives you the most relief. With that being said, let's get started. For this decompression exercise, we're going to need something that is roughly hip level, that is sturdy enough to support our body weight. The edge of a desk, countertop, or table should work. We're going to start facing that object and try to get the front of your legs right here as close to it as possible. Take your hands, put them right towards the edge, have them roughly shoulder width apart. From here, we're going to keep our back nice and straight, bend our knees, and place all of our body weight onto our toes. In this position, you're already going to start to feel gravity pulling your body weight downward, offering that deep pulling motion, that decompression traction into your lower back, relieving pressure off pinched nerves and bulging discs. Usually gives instant relief. But with this one, you want to try to relax your body as much as you can. Don't tense any muscles. Instead, focus on slow, controlled breathing and try to hold this position for at least 30 seconds. But if you're able to, hold it for longer, 45 seconds, even a minute. The longer that you're in this position, the more relief you will get. But if you do need to take a breather, just come back up like this. But try to repeat this for about 3 to 5 repetitions, and with each repetition, try to build into it just a little bit more. So if you would like to take this one to the next level, you can do a move fittingly called the butt wiggle. Just like the name implies, what you're going to do is just kind of wiggle your butt from side to side, kind of like a pendulum. You can also do circular motions, kind of like using a hula hoop, just like this. What you're trying to do is move the lower back and hips into as many different positions as possible. You're going to find that some moves really feel good, some might not feel the greatest. What you want to do is find the ones that feel good and just keep building into that over and over again. For this decompression exercise, we're going to need a sturdy chair with armrests, and preferably one without wheels. If you don't have a chair with armrests, I'll show you a different variation of this exercise that doesn't require them, so stick around here in just a second for that. What I'm going to do to start off with is just have very good upright posture. Keep your back as straight as possible during this exercise. You're going to take your hands, you're going to grip right onto the armrest, and then stick your feet right out in front of you, straighten your legs at the knee. What I like to do is just kind of gently press my heels also into the floor for an anchor point. The move from here, very straightforward. We're going to mimic a dipping motion. So we're just going to lift up like this to the point where our bottom is just slightly off the chair. Let it hover. In this position, again, gravity is going to pull your body weight downward and offer that deep pulling traction motion into the lower back, relieving pressure off bulging and herniated discs. Try to hold this one as long as you can, 20 to 30 seconds. From there, you can just relax, take a breather, and then repeat this 3 to 5 times. But if you are able to hold it for longer, try to shoot for 30 seconds all the way up towards a minute. And the great part is you're going to get a really good arm workout too. But if you would like to take this one to the next level, we can add in that butt wiggling motion that we just did. So let's lift up like this and then just rock our hips from side to side, just like a pendulum. You can also try to do circular motions. You can go up and down like this. Explore as many different movements as possible, because you're going to find that one certain movement, like for me, it's going towards the right. I just keep building into that over and over again and just try to get a little bit more relief. So let's move on to the next variation of this exercise if you don't have armrests. So for this variation, again, we're going to need a sturdy chair that can support our body weight, and preferably one without wheels. Let's get the front of our thighs pretty close to the edge of that chair. Take our hands, just get a really good grip towards the sides. From here, we're going to keep our back nice and straight, support our upper body weight on our hands and our lower body weight on our toes. Just lift your knees slightly off the floor to the point where they're hovering an inch or two above. In this position, you're going to feel gravity pulling your body weight downward, offering that decompression traction, that stretching pull in your lower back that we're looking for. Try to hold this one for 30 seconds, longer if you're able to. When you need to relax, just come down like this, take a breather, and then repeat this 3 to 5 times. Again, you can do that butt wiggling motion from side to side or circular motions to find the right movement that will offer the most relief. For this decompression exercise, we're going to let an exercise band do all of the hard work for us. I'm using an extra large pull-up band. You can pretty much get these at any local sporting goods department. If you would like to get one online, I will leave a link in this video's comment section and description for this exact one. So the first thing that we're going to do is take one end of our band and tie a large knot around it with a towel, and then just place it underneath a door on the other side and then close the door firmly. And if you would like to have kids later on, I would make sure that that knot is secure and is large enough that it will not slip underneath the door and come back and whack you. So the other end of the band, you're just going to wrap around your back, your waist, and your hips just like this, and just lie flat on your back next to that door. The first position, I just like to have everything nice and relaxed. I just have my legs roughly about hip width apart, knees bent at 90 degrees, and just gently press my feet into the door for support. What you want to do next is just scoot back a little bit to the point where you start to feel a really good pulling motion with this band. It should feel like your hips and your pelvis are getting pulled towards the door, but your back is locked. So it just offers that deep decompression stretch that we're looking for in our back. Let's try to hold this one for an extended period of time. I recommend at least a minute, but if you're able to work more towards 2 to 3 minutes at a time, just grab a book, your phone, just take your mind off of it and relax into this as much as you can. Again, the band's going to do all of the hard work. If you need to release it, just scoot back like this. But do this about 3 to 5 times, and with each repetition, challenge yourself to scoot back a little bit more to offer a little bit more of a decompression traction into the back. If you would like to take this one to the next level though, we can start to add in some more motions to hopefully open up the back a little bit more and offer more relief. The first movement is what I call a pelvic rocker. So with this one, we're going to imagine our tailbone right here, and we're just going to scoop it up like this, curling our tailbone towards our belly button. At this point, you're going to feel your hips rock backward and a little bit of a deeper stretch in the lower back. Just go to the point where it's comfortable, hold this for a couple seconds, and then go in the opposite direction. So we're going to take our tailbone and just try to press it downward into the floor. You'll notice this time your hips will rock forward, but just keep doing that over and over again for about 10 to 15 repetitions. And if it feels like it's helping out, just keep building into it more and more. Another movement is taking your upper body and tilting it towards one side, just to the point where you start to feel a deep opening stretch in your lower back. And at this point, see how it feels. If it feels pretty good, try to hold that position for a little bit longer, but I would experiment with going towards the left and also towards the right. But go through all of those movements. If you find that any of them help you out a little bit more, spend more time in that position, and always challenge yourself to scoot back just a little bit more to deepen that stretch in the lower back. For this exercise, we can use our bed. Grab a pillow and place right at the edge. You're going to start lying on your stomach and support your whole upper body on the bed and have your hips and legs directly off the edge. Bend your knees at 90 degrees, support your lower body weight on your toes. Have your arms and hands straight out in front of you and take your fingers, grip into the bed, and crawl forward just to the point where it feels like a deep stretch is forming in your back. Tuck your chin towards your chest. In this position, you're going to feel a deep stretch forming as gravity pulls your lower body weight towards the floor. Just offers that deep decompression that we're looking for. Try to relax into this one as much as you can. Just focus on slow, controlled breathing and hold this one for 30 seconds, but longer if you are able to. Try to work even towards a minute or 2. If you need to relax, just come back up like this. But repeat this about 3 to 5 times, and with each repetition, try to build into it just a little bit more. Here's how to take this one to the next level. What we can do first is take our fingers, grip into the bed, and really crawl forward as much as we can until we feel that deep stretch forming in our back, especially over the spot of pain. You can also experiment with different positions of your upper body. So instead of keeping it straight, move through your waist and lower back and tilt towards your left side, and then repeat. You're going to notice it opens up the back just a little bit differently. So give that a try towards the left and also towards the right. If any of those positions offer more relief, spend more time in that position. So one of the absolute best and easiest ways to quickly take a bulging disc off a pinched nerve is by doing what is called a wall lean. For this one, you just need a door frame or a wall. So the hardest part about this exercise is just knowing which side to place closest to the door frame. So if you do have sciatica, like like let's say you have right-sided sciatica, it's important that you place the non-painful side closest to the wall. So I'm going to demonstrate again what to do if you have right-sided sciatica. However, if you have a bulging disc that isn't causing sciatica, I would try this on both sides and use the position that's offering you the most relief. So let's break this one down. You're going to start with your feet together, spaced roughly a foot, foot and a half away from the door frame or the wall. You're going to bend your elbow closest towards the door, and you're just going to lean your body weight into it. It's really important during this exercise that we don't lift our shoulder or elbow off, so it shouldn't look like this. Instead, all movement is going to come through our waist. Let's take the hand on the painful side, place it right over our hip. Now slowly press your hips towards the door. As you do this, you're going to feel a deep stretch form in the lower back. Just go to the point where it is a deep but comfortable stretch. Hold this for 30 seconds, release it, and then repeat this 3 to 5 times. And with each repetition, try to build into it just a little bit more. If you would like to take this one to the next level, to deepen this stretch, all you have to do is space your feet further away from the wall or the door frame. The further that your feet are out, the deeper this stretch will be. If the exercises help, please support the channel by giving this video a like and maybe subscribing too. If you have any comments or questions, please leave them below. I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Thanks for watching.